From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is The Night Beat.
Good evening, I'm Danielle Shenk with your headlines for Wednesday, May 14th. There's quite a bit to get to tonight, starting with court cases. A former Lincoln special education teacher accused of abusing 3 children has pleaded not guilty to 1 count of felony child abuse without injury. 43-year-old Hillary Everett was charged in March after a viral social media post and investigations by DHHS and police. She's accused of forcing children to eat hand sanitizer, applying bleach water to their hands, and slapping them on the head. Everett was removed from the classroom in late February. In York County Court, a woman is facing a felony child abuse charge after a boy was heard screaming for help from a Delray Plaza apartment earlier this month. 45-year-old Victoria Slama was arrested after the child claimed she beat him and tried to strangle him with a blanket. Slama told police she was trying to get him to bed. Officers also noted a strong odor of cat feces and urine in the home, especially in the boys' room. The child has since been removed from the home. Back in Lancaster County, a Lincoln man has been sentenced to 80 to 84 years in prison for sexually abusing a 4-year-old boy. 53-year-old Bradley Geiger pleaded no contest to reduce felony charges. The abuse, which occurred at 2 Lincoln locations, was reported in July 2024 after the child made disturbing comments. Geiger was arrested after speaking with police. And a man will spend nearly 2 decades in prison after a deadly DUI crash. 35-year-old Gabriel Rivia was sentenced to 19 to 20 years after pleading no contest to manslaughter and DUI. In April 2024, he was speeding while drunk when he crashed into a tree near South 28th and Pine Lake Road, killing 21-year-old Darian Rosales and 23-year-old Omar Rios. Now to an update on the deadly crash south of Raymond. The victim has been identified as 20-year-old Zachary Cloutier of Grand Island. The Lancaster County Sheriff's Office says he crossed the center line and hit a semi head-on. Cloutier was not wearing a seatbelt, and a Delta 8 vape pen was found in his car. Investigators suspect drug use, though toxicology results are still pending. He died at the scene, and the semi-driver was not hurt. In other news, tensions are rising at the Nebraska Legislature as the session nears its end. Lawmakers voted down a bill to cap minimum wage adjustments originally approved by voters in 2022. The surprise failure, partly due to one senator's absence, has sparked talk of suspending rules to revive it. Senator Jane Raybould, the bill's sponsor, says she hopes to pass it this year by the rules, but is prepared to try again in 2026. Another option could be adding it as an amendment to a different bill, a tactic recently used with abortion legislation. Senators did advance a bill that would add new limits to the paid sick leave law voters approved last November. According to the Nebraska Examiner, the measure would exclude 14 and 15-year-olds, temporary or seasonal ag workers, and employees at businesses with 10 or fewer workers. It now heads to final reading. Lawmakers have also unveiled the One Big Beautiful Bill, a late session push to add $100 million a year in property tax relief. The plan would broaden the state's sales tax to 20 currently exempt goods and services like animal grooming, dating services, and chartered flights starting October 1st. It would also raise cigarette taxes by 72 cents and increase vape taxes from 10% to 40% starting July 1st. The bill will likely be debated Monday. Lastly, a new Nebraska-developed vaccine, the Epigraph, could eliminate the need for yearly shots by protecting against swine flu, bird flu, and human influenza. The goal is to vaccinate children once, with protection lasting until age 50 to 60.
No vaccine is perfect, and everyone will have some room for improvement. But we think this is a really good start to creating a vaccine that will protect for, like I said, decades.
Weaver hopes, like with measles, these diseases could be eradicated if everyone is vaccinated. The next step is partnering with biotech firms for clinical trials. Rounding out your night beat is a check of the 7-day forecast.
You've been listening to The Night Beat. Watch, listen, and stream on the 1011 app on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.